right, good evening everyone. Welcome to the January 20th, 2019 Newton Town Council meeting. If everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Reed, could you do the roll call, please?
Mr. Dixon?
Here.
Mrs. Diglio? Here. Mr. Flynn?
Here.
Mr. Schlaffer? Mayor LaFois?
Here, and Councilman Schlaffer has emailed ahead to be excused from tonight's meeting. All right, so in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this regular meeting was given to the 2 newspapers of record and posted on the official bulletin board on January 4th, 2019. My colleagues on the council, you received the minutes from the January 14th special meeting and the January 14th regular meeting. Do we have any changes, amendments, deletions, corrections, additions?
There were 2 minus from correction.
Okay, those have been noted, I'm sure. All right, so seeing nothing else, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of January 14th special meeting and regular meeting.
I'll second that.
I have a motion to approve the January 14th special and regular meeting by Councilwoman Diglio and a second by Councilman Dixon. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mrs. Diglio? Yes. Mr. Flynn?
Abstain.
Mayor LaFois?
Yes. At this point in the meeting, the town council welcomes comments from any member of the public on any topic to help facilitate an orderly meeting and to permit the opportunity for anyone who wishes to be heard. Speakers are asked to take 1 turn at the microphone and please limit their comments to 5 minutes. The clerk will keep time. If reading from a prepared statement, please provide a copy and email a copy to the clerk's office after making your comments so it may be properly reflected in the minutes. Do we have any comments from the public at this time? Please step forward to the microphone. No, seeing none. All right. So we have a couple of presentations tonight. Members of the audience, you may know that during the holiday season, we encourage businesses and residents to decorate their homes. And then prior to the municipal tree lighting ceremony, a number of our seniors get on the senior shuttle and they drive around town and they pick their favorites. And so we have a first, second, and third residential place, and we have a business to recognize tonight. I understand that we have the 3rd place winners, Justine and Brenton Snyder, here, right? You guys come up.
How are you? We should have pictures on the show. Great to meet you.
Thank you very much for participating. So we have this gift first. And then this certificate. Why don't you send that to Justin and get a picture? And you live where?
71 Pine Street.
On Pine Street, right? So it's good to see. It's not, it's all within the walking area.
Right by the park, yeah.
Right by the park, right?
Yeah.
So thank you for participating.
Great.
Bring a little holiday spirit to the town.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Our second place winners were Amanda and Ryan Walsh on Franklin Street. First place are Meredith and James Myers on Juma. And I understand is that Mrs. Myers is very close to her due date, right? So she couldn't be here tonight, very, very close to her due date. And for the first time this year, our seniors picked a business to recognize. And so I know that Keith Mitchell from Mitchell Insurance Agency is here as our winner this year. So we have that.
Thank you. And Keith, why don't you tell everyone how long the family business has been here in town and how long you've been here supporting the town of Newton?
The business is, we've been in business 57 years. I've been in the business a little over, this is my 40th year. So we've enjoyed being here and being part of the community and try to give back as much as we can.
And what's the business?
The insurance, Mitchell Insurance Agency, I'm sorry.
Thanks for being here. And I want to thank all of our seniors who participated and getting on the bus and touring around, and certainly Kimberly and the Rec Commission for helping facilitate that as well. All right, so we will move on to council and manager reports. So I have a couple of things. Deputy Mayor Flynn and I attended the planning board meeting on the 16th. The planning board is getting very busy as we move into people that are planning for spring projects. And so we appointed the chair, and we reswore in our officials and all the kind of business that happens at the regular January meeting. But planning board's getting busy, so it's good. The next day on January 17th, our council, Ursula Leo, and Councilman Matt Dixon and I attended the New Jersey Assembly Housing and Community Development hearings on Bill A2160 and provided testimony. We were there to provide testimony on the bill with regards to the boarding houses in town. So I know that the newspapers of record have covered that bill that was co-sponsored by Assemblyman Worth and Assemblyman Space as well. So more to come on that, but it's moved out of the Assembly Committee. We await for it to be heard on the Senate side, in the Senate Committee, and then we'll go to a full vote. And finally, I want to congratulate the Newton High School mock trial team for becoming county champions on January 24th at the Sussex County mock trial competition. It's only the third time in the history of the mock trial team that they've made it to the finals, the first time being champions. And I know that we all wish them lots of great luck at the Northern Regional Finals on February 5th. That's all I have, Deputy Mayor Flynn.
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Councilwoman Diglio?
Okay, at this point, I've attended 2 planning meetings from the Greater Newton Chamber of Commerce concerning the awards dinner, which will now take place on March 7th. It is also a tribute to Nancy Woods, who has been a person who has lived in this town all her life, just about. She did have a business in town called Abigail's that was here for 25 years, and she has just spent the last 12 years being director of the Chamber of Commerce. She has decided to retire, so at the awards dinner she will be honored. So if anyone is interested in coming, please contact the Chamber office.
Okay.
And
Anything else?
that's it for now.
All right, Councilman Dixon?
I'm just gonna touch really on what you said, that we testified at the committee hearing. I was privileged to be there along with other members of the governing body, being able to advocate for the best interests of our town. We will continue to advocate in a positive and constructive manner. We are moving forward in the right direction to hopefully get this legislation passed. At the Board of Ed meeting on January 22nd, they honored teachers and educational support staff the year for each school. Congratulations to all, and thank you for your dedication to the Newton Public School System. The Board of Ed also announced that they received a generous donation from Alex Gable for the Community Schools Program, which will allow on-site counseling services to be provided to the families that need it. That's all I have.
And I also saw that the Newton Robotics team just received a grant for $6,000 in support of their efforts from Johnson & Johnson, which is great as well. Mr. Russo?
Just 2 items. One, we received a copy of correspondence from the 24th Legislative District. They forwarded our resolution to the DOT Commissioner on Route 94 matter, so I'll keep you posted if there's any update. And then also budget hearings are coming up. The first one will be Wednesday, February 6th at 5 p.m. And the second one will be Saturday, February 9th at 9 a.m.
And I think in response to that letter, I know I saw the Herald did an op-ed in support of the state fixing and remediating the issues on 94 as it relates to the water runoff. So thank you for staying on top of that.
And one last thing, go Patriots. Patriots by 6 on Sunday.
Oh, I know you called the prediction of who's
I
going to
called
be
the
in
other one,
it.
so just, lock it up.
We'll have to agree to disagree.
It should be here too.
Just want to make the Harold happy, that's all.
Any other council manager reports at this point? All right, we don't have any ordinances, we don't have any old business, So we'll move on to the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the town council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the council members so request, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Tom, will you please review these?
Resolution 42 is the approval of contracts for bid 16/2018 for chemical supplies. We have the waste system sludge hauling contract, which is bid 1/2018. We have a refund, which is resolution 44. We have a credit to water sewer account, resolution 45. We have the tonnage grant application, which is annual, which is resolution 46. We have the acceptance of the LoSAP participants for the fire department. We have the award of payroll services to ADP, resolution 48. We have two resolutions amending water sewer utility fund balance and current fund balance policies. Renewal applications for junk dealer license for George's and Newton Auto Exchange. We have the approval for the proposal for engineering and construction administration services for PCI for the grid collector, and then we have
Any member of the council wish to have a discussion on any items listed on the consent agenda? No? All right, hearing none, I'll need a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
I will second that motion.
I have a motion by Deputy Mayor Flynn, a second by Councilwoman Dick, to accept the consent agenda. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mrs. Diglio?
Yes.
Mr. Flynn?
Yes.
Mayor LaCour?
Yes.
And Dan Hughes on check 1328.
Yep.
Thank you.
We will not take an intermission at this time. We do have one item for discussion tonight. It's, you've all received in your documents, the generator ordinance draft 2019-1.
So we took a look at our current code as far as it deals with emergency standby generator. And currently residential generators are allowed up to 20 kilowatts and commercial have to come in for site plan approval. So what we did is we took a look at that, spoke to the engineer and the planner and revised it basically so that commercial and residential, as long as they are below 25 kilowatts, can come in and just get a zoning permit instead of having to go through a court process. If they are over 25 kilowatts, so it increased by 5, and also if they're over 25, they both have to come in and go to the board for approval. But it streamlines the process so that 25, everyone can have it with just a zoning permit instead of going to the board essentially.
So for the rest of the council's application as well as the public's, how this came to be is as generators are becoming more and more popular, and residences and small businesses are looking to have them put in place, it has been the our policy and process according to our zoning ordinance that individuals and businesses had to come and submit an application to the planning board, provide plans, retain their either engineer or their attorney that's representing them, make a formal application, and then that application is heard by the planning board. And so Deputy Mayor Flynn has been a big advocate and we've been discussing on the planning board, there's got to be an easier way to streamline this for our residences in town. And so Ursula has been looking at, as she just discussed, has been looking at what the ordinances currently say and what would be, in working with an engineer, what might we be able to do to streamline the process so that an applicant wouldn't have to incur those costs. We could get an approval to them faster and it could be handled in-house instead of having to go through a formal process of presenting to the planning board.
And for the record, those costs in escrow were about $2,000, and you have to prepare either a small site plan or survey to go along with it. So
Right.
over and above the 2,000.
Sure. So this is really going to save
Right.
taxpayers money. It's going to save resources and time. So I think it's a great suggestion, and it's something that's kind of happened over time as we've been seeing more and more of these applications, and residents are interested in having generators. Ursula, anything that we need to consider?
We kept the areas as far as the rear and side and front yard the same, and the minimum setback of 10 feet. So there weren't any changes there, and then it's just basically relaxation and allowing it for a zoning permit.
And if they're tapping into natural gas in the street, it's per, what would be the regulation on that? Is it per the engineer's requirements for road restoration? And then
You mean for the pad or stuff with energy output?
to get the energy. So let's assume that less than 25 kW, they take the existing gas connection to use that, because you wouldn't need larger than that.
So So Dave Simmons spoke to someone who does this all the time, and they looked at it in 2025, and that's why they suggested we jump it to 25, because they said 22 is somewhat of a norm. So that
Yeah.
way they felt this covered most residential and, commercial of a reasonable size also.
So that means that the connection would be able to be spliced off the normal house gas connection.
And I would think that anything larger that's gonna require anything greater than establishing the pad and the hookup, would be subject to the same processes that we would have if they were requesting a street or requesting tapping into a gas line or, they would have to be inspected if they were going to be adding anything from an electrical perspective or anything like that. That would all still apply.
Yeah, and they still have to submit a drawing showing, it's just not an engineered drawing, it can just be a drawing.
And they still have to get building permits, just as always. This just takes one step out of the process.
The board process.
Yeah, which I think is gonna be really well received.
Yeah, it takes one step out of the process, and it's just become more commonplace now, with people trying to get the generators for emergency situations, so I just think this is good common sense.
So
I'm good with it as is.
any other questions for Ursula or discussion or, Tom, did you have anything else to?
No. Jessica and Ursula and I put this together, so if it's okay, we'll put it on for introduction.
Yeah. Okay, so at this point in time, we'll reopen the meeting to the public. Anybody that wishes to make a statement, ask any questions, have any comments, please come forward to the microphone. None? Any final council manager comments, Tom, anything?
No, just one item for executive session for discussion on tax appeal settlement.
Yeah, we will come into that. Councilman Dixon? Anything else? Councilman Diglio? Mayor Flynn?
No, just announcing that we have a Sussex County League of Municipalities meeting on Wednesday, the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
At the mall.
Okay. And who was her name, you know?
Senator Rojo.
Senator Oro, okay. Good, all right, so at this point, we are going to move into executive session. We have resolution 55-2019, a resolution providing for a meeting not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12. And as Mr. Russo indicated, this falls within attorney-client privilege as we will be discussing a tax appeal settlement. Thank you all very much for being here. If anyone is interested in the outcome of that, you're welcome to hang out in the lobby, and we'll reconvene after the executive session is finished. Thanks very much. Yes. I have a motion by Councilman Diglio, a second by Deputy Mayor Flynn. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mrs. Diglio? Yes. Mr. Flynn?
Yes.
Mayor LaBrus?
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, so we are back in regular session. Done with executive session. So up next, we have resolution 56-2019, a resolution authorizing global settlement with Newton West Ltd. Regarding tax settlements.
Based on the information I'll provide in the executive session, I make a motion to table until our next meeting on February 11th.
Second that.
I have a motion to table resolution 56-2019 by Councilwoman Diglio and a second by Councilman Dixon. A roll call vote, please.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mrs. Diglio? Yes. Mr. Flynn?
Yes.
Mayor LaBrus?
Yes. Okay, so with nothing else being on the agenda, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn at 8:10.
Motion to adjourn at 8:10.
I will second that motion.
I have a motion by Councilman Dixon and a second by Councilwoman Diglio to adjourn at